Hey guys, let's do a fusion festive decor today. I'm using the Craft Junctions base here. It has these 9 blocks, and this is Mansa here from Upcycle, and welcome back to my channel. So we are going to use this and create a Indo-Western festive home decor. I'm using all Craft Junction products today. So this is the MDF base, and then we'll use these beautiful owls from the transfer sheet, and I'll be also using some varnish and couple of chalk paints and metallic paints. You can use any color of your choice. I'm just picking random colors. Also, this beautiful gold metallic paint is very pigmented, and with one stroke it just creates a great impression. I'm just measuring out the coasters, so I'm only coloring the place where it would be shown, as in between the square blocks. So I'm just coloring that part and avoiding others, because we'll anyway stick the squares over the top. So I'm just measuring out and just coloring it only at the places that would be shown. So there we have it. I'm almost done painting the base with the color gold. Look at how pigmented and nice it is. And now we'll just set this aside and then work with the squares now. I'm planning to give it a Indo-Western festive look, so I'll be combining the owls with the traditional look. So now I'll be taking 5 of those blocks, that is the 4 sides and the center, and I'm using the color light color here. You can take any light color of your choice. For this step I recommend using light colors, because once we add the owl transfer on top, the owl has to pop out. If we are using a dark color, the transfer wouldn't be seen so well. So that's the reason I'm taking a light color here. Almost it's like an ash gray or something, very light, and the chalk paints are very pastel and smooth. So I'm quickly painting all these things, and I'll get back once it's dry. So now I have this beautiful stencil. I'll be using it at the center of these squares. I'm taking light green and pastel green and pastel blue here, and I'll be stenciling it. Just take very little paint on your sponge dauber, because stenciling is much easier that way, and the stencil comes out very beautifully if you're using less paint. Don't use too much paint, just tap off the excess and then use that. So I'm wanting to have a little grungy look, so I'm not doing it so perfectly with the colors, because I like it that way. So with the same sponge I'm just running it over the edges, so that we get that grunge and worn out effect. This has come out very beautifully, and look at how this beautiful stencil is. We'll repeat the process on all the coasters. I'm just quickly taking some paint and dabbing off the excess. The lesser the paint, the greater the results with the stenciling. So take as little as possible, and then either you can dab it or you can go in circular motions, whatever choice suits you. So I'm just I'm not taking the perfect color. I'm just trying to get a blend of both the things. So I'm using the same sponge, if you can observe, and then I'm not changing the sponge for colors. I wanted it to be shaded and grungy. So that is how I'm going to color all the 5 coasters. Now make sure you're covering the edges, the sides and everything, that way it looks finished and neat while you're sticking it to the base. So make sure you're using the same sponge, or you can pick up a different color, but I like using the same blend. So I'm just coloring it over the edges, and this is how it looks once it is done. I hope you like this step. Now I'm taking some gold color. You can use a wax as well, and then I'm dabbing off the excess, and then just it's like dry brushing. You can use a brush, but I feel comfortable using a finger. That gives me more grip. So look at the shine. I'm just quickly adding little dry brushing here with my finger. That little gold would add great charm to your project once it is done. So like I said, since I'm distressing, I'm doing it very random here and there. You can choose to do it however you like. You can do the edges with gold, or you can properly paint something else. I chose to do it this way. Now once this is nice and dry, we'll just put everything aside and let's work on the transfers now. So this is a beautiful owl transfer sheet. These are from the brand Craft Junction again. They come in the pack of, the paper has 5 owls. So I'm just cutting it as close as possible, retaining the shape. Now once it is cut, we have a thin layer of plastic on top that has to be removed to reveal the glue over the top. So carefully place it over the surface. Here we working on the square things. So I'm just making sure everything is stuck properly and there are no air bubbles. Now take some clean water and a very little amount of water over the sponge and dab it, so that you can kind of see the owl from the top. The white paper gets soaked up, and then we will be able to slide it and reveal the owl just like this. It is so relaxing to do this, and I hope you are liking the result. Look at these bright and cute owls that are so pretty and ethnic with the background. The reason we have stenciled and colored the background is to blend everything together. Otherwise it kind of stands out and it wouldn't look that great. So try to blend the colors properly. Now once this is done, I have wiped the excess water or moisture from the top using a dry sponge, and I'm now varnishing it so that the transfer stays intact. Continue to varnish on all the squares that we have done so far. All the transfers needs to be slowly and carefully varnished. Now while those dry, I've colored the other 4 squares in the color red. So I'm planning to arrange it this way, to have that color block. So I'm just checking how the colors go together, and I think I like the combination of this. It's looking a little ethnic. Now you can choose to decorate the red squares however you like. Probably you can do dot mandalas, or you can add quotes, or you can just use some paint and then do a dotting a dotting tool and do some dots, or probably make some columns or rangolis or whatever suits your fancy. You can add quotes, or you can do a good stenciling. Take one more stencil and do some stenciling or so. I initially thought of doing some dots over the border, and in the center I'm planning to do a little column using Fevicryl 3D liners. So I'm beginning to add dots. See, these you can find so many varieties of designs over the internet. Pick a design of your choice and then you can draw. Since I'm a South Indian, I wanted to bring that ethnic and traditional look to this project, so I'm going ahead and drawing a little kolam or muggu as we call it in Telugu. So I'm beginning to draw the dots, and once this is drawn, we'll set it aside until all these dots are dried up, and then we'll draw the design. So these dots are pretty dried up and I'm beginning to draw. I'm not great with drawing this muggu, but I'm just giving it a try. So like I said, you can skip this step and draw whatever suits your fancy. You can draw or stencil out things, or you can just write quotes or anything or you can do some mirror work, lippen art, anything that you like. So I wanted to keep it simple and traditional, so I'm just drawn little columns on all the sides. Now you can just leave it at this step or go ahead and add some kundans, or you can add some beads. Just fancy it up, and that gives out beautiful results. I hope you like this project, a fusion decor item for your festival season. Let me show you once this is decorated again. This is how it looked, and I hope you liked and enjoyed watching this quick tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.